Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of Delaruetv, this is The Core.
Everybody out there, good morning. I welcome you to your number one Urban Breakfast show, The Core.
Yes.
And I am Dakel.
And I am Fola.
Let me introduce you, Fola.
Okay,
I'm a gentleman, and a gentleman gets introduced the lady.
Gentleman on the core, but gender, I mean, on gentleman outside the core. But
you
can do it,
you have to put my dirty linen in the public place.
Let's be real.
We're being real, I'm gentle.
Oh yeah, introduce if you want to.
The Core is that program that is brought to you by Delaruetv, and it's definitely where we get to talk about core stuff happening in your life, my life, the society, the economy, everything.
Talk
about Fola, talk about Dakel, talk about Mr. John,
the crew,
everybody out there in the world.
Yes,
we're not streamlined to anything, and also we get to bring to you beautiful guests that are knowledgeable, that have insights on
yes,
topics,
on whatever we're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
And we have different segments too that add that spice to the core.
That's
we have the street talk segment where we discuss with you, or you discuss
semi-favorite part of the,
or you discuss with us and just tell us how you feel about our topic. Whatever we're talking about, just tell us you like, you hate, you love, you do anything. Just tell us. Yes, just tell us, give us your take on it. Definitely, we definitely enjoy that segment. And we have the Magnet game show where we put our guests on the hot seat, blue
hot seat.
I always say yes. Just 3 seconds to give us quite jiffy and unexpected answers, something you should definitely look forward to. And we have the now and then.
No.
And we have the now and then segment where we look at the before, and it's our show. We're looking at the before and after of our topic. You know, what was it like back then and what is it like now?
Right
and we
now.
do like just comparison and just balance or weigh both sides. Yes, that's what we have on the core.
Are you done?
No,
you're done.
We have all those segments on the call to give you a very, very beautiful show.
So you can have a lovely morning, right start to the day,
vibrant start to the day, definitely.
And we have a fantastic, phenomenal, absolutely topic today that we'll be discussing.
I like that,
that we'll be discussing, and we have a very, very phenomenal guest.
Yes.
I
definitely.
cannot wait to learn from at the feet of the master, but not that master you're thinking.
Yeah, but an earthly master.
A master in that field.
Earthly master. Yes.
Yes.
So all this we have.
Talk about my tie. I was waiting for you to talk about my tie.
Your tie is cute. What else you want me to say about it?
You know.
It's cute. I mean,
tell me how nice you look.
It is cute.
Tell me how nice I look.
Oh wow, you look.
Let them.
You look very nice, Dakel. I can't imagine you're telling me to praise you on the set of the call. We're supposed to discuss it our viewers. Ready?
I love the viewers, because of you. I'm out here today looking nice in my blue tie.
We're all packaged.
What?
Packaged.
Packaged what now?
Packaging works, man. All this one is packaged. Let's be honest.
No. She's lying.
It's packaging.
Are you just gonna do that to me? I thought you had my back.
I'm saying all this, both of us, is packaging. It's definitely
packaging. It is the
packaging.
core, your number one Urban Breakfast show. Moving on from the evil person. We have something to talk about today. Something really interesting. We don't want you guys to miss this. You have to stay glued to your phones, your TVs, your
screen,
tabs.
whatever you're watching from.
We'll be right back. We're going on a short break. Don't go anywhere. The core continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of Delaruetv, this is The Core.
Welcome back from that short break. Thank you for still keeping it locked.
Stuttering.
I'm not stuttering. It was just like some momentary thing.
Right.
Let me speak.
Speak.
Can I speak?
Speak.
Yeah, it is that time where we get to introduce you to our topic today on the court. We're letting the cat out of the bag. Today we're talking about education, technology, and talent. Emergence of three beautiful
I'm so into
together.
talent, actually.
What are you into talent? What's your talent?
Oh, I write. Sorry, guys. Hold up. I write. I sing. Cleaning is also a talent. I mean, top-notch
You
cleaning.
clean?
Yeah, I clean.
You're gonna clean my house someday.
Yeah, but payment though.
I'll give you the brush and everything.
Oh, please.
The rags. Make sure you clean the windows on my shoes. So today we're talking about education, talent, and technology.
Ready?
How in the world do we get to have so many things like this? These things are a whole universe.
They are quite important. How do you merge? Do you balance? Do you ditch?
At some point in my life, I was like, I want to scrap school. I just want to at some point you just get to think I want to just I see my friends on TV
making money and all that.
Making money. Yeah. I was like, I was at that stage, at that crossroad where I was like, okay, do I really want to go to school? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to just go? At some point I was acting. I was going for auditions.
I think I saw some clips of that.
You saw some clips, So at some point I was like, okay, should I go after what I really want to do?
Or should I just...
Sometimes I was confused, you know, education, talent. It was like a whole lot of difficult situation to have an answer to.
You know,
but over time I realized, I mean, education first, talent.
I remember it happened to when I was in secondary school, you know, and I was in, I think, secondary school too. And then I totally hate mathematics.
Yeah, me too. Same
I've totally hated
don't even
it
ask me what 2 plus 2
since I can remember. And then that particular time, I had an E8. You know, in math.
You did great.
Yeah, I know, right? I did great.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I had the principal was quite close to my mom. She was like, Fola is not this thing. I want E8. I'm going to repeat. You know, that was. I'm like, okay, but please go back. I can't. I mean, repeat. You know, I can't. You know, but.
What was the problem?
I just hated it.
You were singing in
Sometimes
class.
You just naturally hate a subject. You just naturally, but I loved English and the likes.
Yeah.
You just naturally, but then I now had the private tutor and all that. So maybe,
better.
Yeah, home learning actually helped me with that. And that's something we'll definitely chip into the topic today. Home learning helped. It was just boring staying in front of it and watching your teacher teach.
I realized that I could just try to merge both of them, you know, create a balance. Sometimes
I didn't even think about
easy.
talent then. I think I was just writing more poetry then, but that was like literary and debating society.
Poetry?
Yeah, poetry and all that. No, in school.
Okay.
And I won a couple of, you know, awards for that. So.
What kind of awards? What did you win? Plates? Spoons?
No, books.
Ali and Cindy's?
Really? Stop stopping me.
I'm just saying. So like education, talent, how do we merge it? Talking about technology. Yes. Hey, thank goodness. I mean, we live in a world now
we're definitely doing technology right now.
You know what I'm saying? This is my school. This is where I get schooled.
This is where I put my points and get my points.
Google is your friend. They say that every now and then.
Every now and then, yeah.
So I mean, the emergence of technology has actually been something dope.
Yes, I mean, I can't imagine sitting down and reading a book for 4 hours when I can as well just Google and read that in 3 minutes.
I mean, a world where I can afford not to go to school and I can learn from home and just chill.
That's just
in
the
my
perfect
bed
life.
And just, you know, that's just sweet. I don't have to look at one, you know, shout out to all the lecturers. But I'm just saying. So we have a guest in the house, a phenomenal man, a master in his field. And I can't wait. We cannot wait to introduce this man to you. But don't go anywhere. We go on a short break and the core continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of Delaruetv, this is the core.
I have not had someone with so much to
he's an embodiment of everything, anything, and
I was going through the CV and I was like, oh my goodness, is this real?
Like what have I achieved compared to this?
It got me thinking, like
do I have a future?
We have our honorable guest, Miss. I was going to say Mr. Professor Victor W.
It's a crime to call a professor Mr. in Nigeria.
We give accolades.
No, it shouldn't be. You can call me Victor.
No, Professor
I
Victor.
give you permission for the first time to call a professor by his first name.
Oh wow!
I dare you to do it. Do it. Just say Victor.
We have Victor with us.
Thank you.
I say
yes,
Professor Victor. It's nice to have
you here with us.
How are you doing,
sir?
How are you doing? Very well.
Very good. Yes. And congratulations about your station and wonderful things you're trying to do for not just for Nigeria but for the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations.
We're glad you know about it.
Yes, he's rapping Delarue already. You're rapping us already. Great, sir.
You know, the core is beautiful. This platform is awesome. It gives life to everybody. In the morning, you know, we talk about it.
We're not streamlined. That's a word you always use.
We're not
streamlined to
so
anybody.
Today, I was going to say Mr. Professor Victor. We are talking about education, talent, you know, technology.
Absolutely.
You know, like there is so much to handle. You know, when it comes to it's a mouthful.
It is.
Education,
you know, the truth
technology,
and
having talent.
I actually remember when I was, you know, in school. I think everyone can connect with primary school. You have to go to school. You have to sit down. You have to listen to a teacher. You have to take down notes. And an exam comes, you have to write exam. You have to write a test. And you're just in a confined, restricted area. Right now, I mean, I think people are tuning into, I can sing. Let me just make some money with my music.
Yes.
Or,
absolutely.
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing. I'll do that, by the way. Just
the definition of formal education has changed tremendously.
Has changed, yes,
with
definitely.
Technology, absolutely.
So I have a question to ask you, which when we were going through your CV, you kept saying, you know, information technology this,
ICT that,
professor in this, professor in that.
And I was so intimidated.
Information science, computer engineering. What is going on? When did all this start? How did you go about, studying all this?
All this, yeah.
Well, honestly, I did not even know what I was going into. But by the grace of God, when I was going to university, I heard of information systems, which is really what we call ICTs today.
Okay.
And I didn't know what it was all about. And
you had no
I had
idea.
a friend going to do it. I said, heck, let me do it too.
Oh, so you just followed him?
I just followed him. So when I got into it, and I noticed it's a good profession, and every now and then you can make some money too.
Money.
So that helped too.
I was going to ask that.
But first and foremost, I love technology. I love the fact that every time I enter a class, a student can bring up something I had never heard of. So I have to keep up. So that makes it exciting, because I was bored in class going through university. I was really
primary,
bored.
secondary, university.
Because it was more like the traditional way of learning.
Even from primary school, secondary school, I was really bored. So I was never a really good student. I was average.
Oh wow.
So like coming from the youthful perspective, I mean, everybody loves to make money. We can't afford to spend so many years in the university.
And then the rate of unemployment doesn't even, there's no job.
So Professor, I'm going to ask you, how do you balance making money from what you love to do? Like, were you actually making money from ICT and schooling at the same time? Were you making money and schooling?
Were you juggling?
Absolutely. Anybody that says money is a bad thing is because they don't have it. There's nothing bad with money. It's nothing, in fact, nothing unspiritual about money.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I went into the profession to make money. Like I said, I didn't even know what it offered financially. I went into the profession not knowing what the profession was all about, and then slowly I discovered the benefits, especially given the fact that, I mean, a lot of people were very, in the early days when we started, illiterate about information technology. So the few of us that knew a few things, we were like heroes back then. I went to grad school in Chicago. Okay. And but you're talking about Chicago, one of the most advanced cities in the world, in the United States, definitely. At that time, 1997, 98, when I was doing my master's, there were hardly any people that knew how to build websites. So I started my small web development company. I said, you know what, let me try this. I wrote letters out to different companies. I can build your website. Within 1 week, I received 3 offers.
Wow.
Right? So,
that's something.
I was like, wow, these people are really, really dumb about this technology. So let me really do something about it. So, it grew from there and all the way to later on when I developed some of the consulting businesses I run and other things.
You do a lot of things. You have over 175 books published. How do you even go about having that? How do you go about having 175?
Writing is fun. Try it. Are you married? Oh no, you may not say that or not.
No, he's not. He's not married. He's not.
Sorry. Let me not mess up your game. But try, writing is exciting. I remember when we used to be excited going to the mailbox to get letters, right? Yeah. Like letters. If say somebody admired you and sent you a letter, it was big. Now, they send a small email. Your hair looks cute. People jump around like they're gold in the world. I love writing, so I still continue. Believe it or not, I've had the by grace of God to supervise about 20 to 25 PhDs, but I still do a lot of writing myself. Okay. I don't want to have that feeling of an old retired professor or something. I'm not old yet. So the writing came produced.
Now I just want to balance talent and education. It has. I think everyone has come to the reality that it doesn't have to be. You don't have to go to school for this number of years to become great. Now, is it possible we balance these two entities? Is it quite important for an individual, to have that talent and then that education, or can we just ditch one and go for the other?
I I know that anyone listening to me, like, you know, was it BBC? Yeah, BBC. I had an interview with BBC. Yeah. They spent the whole time asking me how I became professor at such a young age. So, of course, the answer would be, yes, you must do it. You must have education. And I still think it's true.
It's a must.
But what is that balance? First of all, it's a dangerous proposition to say because some people that did not go to school are making it big, so we shouldn't go to school.
Well, that's what is happening actually.
Because if we look at it now, we have a lot of we youths now out there singing,
music,
acting,
making a lot of money, right?
And they know them more than they know others who are struggling.
And they pay the rest of us with all these big degrees to work for them.
Exactly.
Right? So it's true, it happens. But you know, truthfully, when some of those people are in their quiet time, they really admire people that are highly educated. So why not do both? That's my question.
You can do both.
It's pretty difficult. It is pretty difficult. As youths, when you have this
take
passion,
care of that talent just keeps pumping out, keeps disturbing you. And education is like a factor. Should I go to school?
The truth is, education has become it's just mandatory. Our society just feels go to school. It's traditional. You must go to primary school for 6 years.
What's the opposite? I think there's a popular saying which has become cliche now. But what about the other option of try illiteracy, right? Try illiteracy and see how it works. Okay, it's the same thing like in the US. I've had the honor to teach some students that have become big football stars in the United States, American football, what we view from Africa as handball.
Definitely.
But many of them did not finish university, went to play football without good education. What happened later on? Many of them have died broke.
Oh, wow.
Why? Why have many died broke with millions of dollars that they make? One of the guys that works in my house comes to do small repair work in my house. Is a former Dallas Cowboys player.
Wow.
Dallas, America's team, made a lot of money, but got an injury and left the team, and is broke. He is broke to the extent that, just to show you how uneducated he is, he did not even complete some tiling work that needed to be done in my kitchen. He came and said, Prof, I really need some money urgently to go and do something. I paid him in advance. He never came back to finish the work. I would have introduced him to my friends. Right? So education is still extremely important. This is a Dallas Cowboys player. You know.
So you're not of the opinion that you should do one then do the other. You can do both of them.
Oh, you should do both. Oh, okay. If that's your question, you should do both. While you are a student, you must be looking for ways to make money. Not as a gigolo or a prostitute, but I don't want the guys to be gigolos. But you can look. Everyone has a talent they can sell. In my mind, I have it that in every country I go to, there is $10 in somebody's pocket that belongs to me.
Oh, wow.
I just need to find an idea to remove that money from their pocket.
Just
$10, not a lot, just $10 in their pocket.
$10 is a lot. Looking at the naira to the dollar right now, it's a lot of money.
Oh, I know. Well, okay, 10 naira. Huh?
No, 10 naira.
But will I get $10 out of everybody's pocket in every country? No, but I have that mentality in my mind. And I was blessed to have a father and a mother that are very entrepreneurial. He was one of those that studied in London, came back in printing. But before he came, as a student, gathered his money, bought his small printing machine, came back, and that's what sponsored most of us in school today. So the two, you must do the two. I have always done some kind of business as a student while as a student in the United States, and that continues, and so you should do the two, not that you can.
Must, mandatory.
We have a lot more questions to ask you, Professor Victor. You're still here. You're still definitely here with us. But we go on a short bio break, and on a short break, and we'll be right back with the core. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of the Delaruetv, this is the core.
#1 urban breakfast show,
The Core.
And we have Professor Victor.
We have, if permitted me, we have Victor with us.
Thank you.
What is your problem?
Yes, that's right. I said let's change it. No, we have to change it.
I can't say that.
Why can't we change the culture?
It's just the culture. Wait, Diana, we go to our homes and mothers will still whip us. We're still in Nigeria.
I'm thinking about something, Professor. Let's look at this. Let's try to put a balance to this. And I want your knowledge, your advice. Can we? Is there a way we can learn or have education from the house? No traditional way of like going to school and
home training.
Yeah, homeschooling.
Yeah.
Then go after your talents. Then still have what's it called now? Making use of IT, making use of information technology. Just right at your home, schooling from home. And can that be something we can inculcate into our system? I don't know. Can it help us?
Yeah, a number of things. In fact, the way you first framed your question, even earlier, I was getting even excited because yes, you can get a lot of education from home that will help you your education in general. You know, because education, when we talk about it, I think we mostly talk about formal Western education.
Yes.
But the truth is, we get a lot of great education, especially in our African culture.
Yes.
Our parents are just the best. We couldn't have asked for more. But now, the talking about education from home, absolutely, that is the beauty of technology today. I respect what the Nigerian University Commission is doing, asking for universities to have 100 hectares of land in something. I don't remember the exact figure, but technology has changed things, and I really think the commission should rethink this. Today, technology can allow you stay at home and in real time, get on board and follow your lectures.
True.
That is what we do at the ICT University, for example.
You don't have students coming to the class.
No. We have a campus. They come. But if a student wakes up in the morning and I say I'm not feeling well at ICT University, they can stay at home and follow the same lecture. And it's in real time. I'm not talking about it's recorded, then they come back and
live right there. There's a time.
It's live. So there's a timetable.
It can work. Actually.
They go on our website. They go to e-class, electronic class. Click on e-class. And they'll see their class listed, they click, they enter the room.
How do you think that can work in Africa?
It's working in Africa. I'm talking about ICT University, our African campus.
Very strong.
I'm going to put it down.
No, you're talking about how. I'm saying we are doing that now in Africa.
Well, it's not. I mean, I don't. Not everybody.
I don't think as easy deep into Africa as
we have a lot of students in Nigeria taking our programs.
Yeah, we have. I mean, comparing, I think it's on the low. We need more of that. I'm looking at.
Absolutely.
We definitely need more of that.
We need more of that. But what I'm saying is, the technologies are there.
Yeah.
And the only difference is you can't touch the teacher. And anyway, what do you touch the teacher for? Is that your wife or husband?
So looking at talent, and I still go back to talent and education. Now, a man who has gone to school or has had education for a number of years, and there's another person. Let's just take a scenario of that is Dakel. This is Fola. I've been to school for 16 years. Really? Dakel didn't go to school. She was just working on maybe music or something, and now he's doing way better than I am. Shouldn't I feel cheated?
You definitely should.
Cheated. Yes.
You definitely. I agree with you. You should feel cheated, but at the same time, you should blame yourself in that you also had the opportunity to do something while going to school. Now, if you haven't, don't end just at the blaming. You are blaming yourself. You should say, okay, I still have a long life ahead of me, right? You can start something now.
No,
it's not actually. It is not difficult at all.
I live in an African setting. I don't know. I'm just looking at our parents.
How possible?
I'm looking at our parents because you can't just say, "Mommy, I'm going to school. I want to do music by the side." It is so difficult.
It is something they don't permit.
But if you are doing well in school and then doing that on the side, I can bet you, if you come home with good grades, I don't think they would mind as much as if you are not performing, if you are not performing well in school and all you are doing is
that will take
well, again, this requires a paradigm shift in our way of thinking in Africa, and I think it's shifting with television and exposure and people like you bringing the world to homes to get people see the world a little differently. I think some parents are really changing their attitude. They're not you know, their orientation and stuff, but the problem is that many Africans I talk to think starting a business, you need capital. True. That's all. Almost everybody that comes to meet me to start a business, they'll ask me, hey, Victor, can you lend us some money or can you help us with the capital to start? But what did we learn in the basics of economics? You know, factors of production, if I can remember, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur, right? It's not just capital, you know. So, you may have a talent to run a business, but you don't have the capital. You partner with someone that has the capital, right? That's true. Okay. Now, would you get 100% of the money that comes back? No, you share. That's why partnerships are there for. Good partnership. So,
but in partnership, you have to be very careful too.
Because
you are dealing with.
You
have to shine your eye. For me to use that word, you have to shine your eye. You can't just do it with anyone.
I totally agree. But I think the world has more good people than bad people, and so you take your time to also. And this is a very serious advice. I have I have to give many young youth. You know, you have to take your time. Use your discernment. A lot of praying. I mean, you're a fool if you don't believe in God, right? A lot of praying. You know, in one way or another, God will lead you to the right people to do business with.
She's come from, you know, you're coming from talent and you know, education. Let me come from how effective do you think e-learning is actually? How do you think e-learning is really effective in, you know, learning and having a certificate and being that person you want to be education-wise and, you know, having a social life, extracurricular? Is it really effective, e-learning? Is it really effective?
It's very, very effective, and I'm not just saying this as a theory. I am one of the world's leading practitioners when it comes to e-learning.
People will get easily distracted learning from the computer.
There's an addiction
I'm in my house and I'm like, you know, on my bed.
But you know, today's generation spend most of their time on that same platform.
True.
Yes.
So in a way, I've always disagreed on that distraction point.
I feel that's the more reason why I can get distracted easily, because I'm in the comfort of my king size bed
and all that. Are you sure it's king size?
Yes, it is.
What do I do with a king size bed at your age anyway?
That is not right.
You need a different show on that. No. You need to find out. But in the you again in our e-learning area, we usually give people advice as to how to practice e-learning. We say, okay, go isolate yourself, take yourself away from your bed sometimes. If you feel you're distracted, put yourself in an area that makes you feel like you can work seriously. It may be, I know most students may not have big homes. It may be a corner where you have a desk that is not necessarily too attractive. You put your computer there and so on. But the beauty now, I'm not here to advertise any company, but I use just your normal your normal data from your companies here, the MTNs, the Etisalat, all those companies. I use it and I have fairly good connectivity on my computer. I have taught a class from Lagos here. I taught my class in the US through e-learning.
Oh, great.
And it went perfectly well using your normal mobile phone data. The problem is that in Africa, we always want to claim we don't have enough technology. We have more than enough to start. Because our mentality is a mentality of saying we don't have. And with that, we stay forever poor.
Oh, we keep
have more technology right now to get moving with e-learning than the United States had some 15 years ago.
So how can these certificates be reckoned with? How do you get certificates? How can it be reckoned with? Because
will it be recognized by who?
Now you're going to seek for a job or
no. I want to throw that question back at you because I will answer it. To be recognized by who?
There's a system already.
What system? The government.
Yeah, well, it's just an office system where you have to come with some really
some documents.
Documents that are.
For example, would your Ministry of Education recognize it?
Will they? I'm asking.
Right?
Will they? Yes.
And it's good for the Ministry of Education to recognize degrees, and we have a very good relationship with your Ministry of Education. I've had the privilege of meeting your dear Minister of Education.
Is that
and
sarcastic?
I've had the privilege.
Is that sarcastic?
I've had the it's serious. They are really strong academicians. I really respect the educational system here. But even they will agree with me that businesses should get involved with education. The government cannot do everything. As great as the Nigerian government is, they cannot do everything about education in Nigeria. Private sector must be involved. Companies must be involved in working with universities in creating the kind of talent that will be useful to companies. Gone are those days of our parents where everybody was going to school to get a big post with government.
That's true.
First of all, government is poor. Government does not pay well, right?
True.
So why are you rushing to an employer that does not even pay well? Your pension coming out from government is crap.
Doesn't even come at the right time.
So why focus on government? Governments are overwhelmed. And to be fair, I think we have demanded more from our governments than we should. Companies should contribute in the educational system and to help us prepare the talents needed to work for them. Now, if those companies accept your degrees, then the government accepting your degrees becomes less important. In America, the government is not very involved with education.
They're not involved with
There's very little involvement with education. I mean, the governor of my state, whether he likes Professor Mbarika or not, I can say that's his business. It has nothing to do with my job or whatever I'm doing.
But speaking of
I'm
still
still going to ask a question now.
Fine.
Now, looking at, I just remembered my nephew. He's quite smart. Shout out to Tielu anyway. Okay, moving on to that. Now, I look at kids. Right now, we see kids coming up with things that we can't. I mean, just at their small age, robots and machines and all that. Now, don't you think these kids are actually tuning into their talents? I mean, I kind of feel they want to rather pump more energy into that than going to, to learn in front of a teacher for hours.
Why don't you just learn
because at that tender age, they're already coming up with things so unimaginable.
Why don't you consider that learning? Because the definition of learning
is talent, though.
Right?
I kind of feel that's talent, though. They just sit and come up with that.
No, but that is education in itself.
Well,
it is.
Absolutely.
I kind of feel that's talent.
Do you guys have kids? You guys have any kids?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Just nephews and nieces.
Now, your nephews, go and find out. Some of them taught themselves ABC 1, 2, 3 from computer programs.
True.
Right? My kids learned how to read. I mean, their parents, we may want to lay claim of helping them, but they really learn by all this software that teaches them how
phonics,
to read,
numbers, and all that.
Exactly. So it's still a great learning platform. All I want to do is for us to change our thinking and understand that that is the new way of learning today. That will give us way more than books will give us the necessary formal books. Let me finish by saying this. If you come into my office, you will hardly see any IT books. I hardly have any IT books. I refuse. I mean, when our parents came from UK, they all came with Encyclopedia Britannica, and you had to see it like you have here.
It was like a
I have that at the library.
You guys believe books? You have to be behind them, and they make sure when guests come, they come and see that. All that nonsense can enter a small memory stick, right?
That's true.
Right? What do you need that for? First of all, much of that information is not updated for years. But now Wikipedia and the other online encyclopedias, they are updated daily. Right?
Professor, we have a lot to learn from you. We have a lot. If I give Fola more chance to ask questions,
I can have more questions, though.
But it's been fantastic. Professor Mbarika has been awesome. I'm still going to learn more because after this, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
say
not.
that.
He is still here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's been fun. The questions, the opinions, the suggestions about how IT should work in Nigeria. Education has been really, really, really on point. I must say that.
And talent too.
Yes, and talent.
Definitely. Why are you subbing talent, by the way?
It's just what it is. It's been fantastic. We have the Magnets game show coming up. I'm sure you can't wait for that.
He's a professor. You may
we have to see Professor Mbarika on the hot seat.
Am I going to be in that game show?
Yes, you are. You're the one on the hot seat, right?
Yes, yes. We go on a short break.
Definitely.
We go on a short break, and the call continues after we get back.
Yeah.
Keep it locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, straight out of the Delaruetv, this is the core.